They're coming, they're shooting.
The other two officers.
Ah! Shots fired, shots fired. More cars, send everyone.
These were moments when cops ran from cops killers. Let's start with the most tragic.
They're coming, they're shooting.
The other two officers.
I think I've been shot, got blood on my face.
On December 12th, 2022, Constable Kirk and his 3 colleagues, Rachel, Matthew, and Kelly, responded to a missing persons report at a remote property in Williambilla. Unbeknownst to them, they were venturing into a deadly territory.
Jesus.
Kelly, Rachel, Matt.
She's our newest first year.
Within minutes of entering the property, bullets started flying as 2 of Kirk's colleagues were ambushed and shot by 3 Christian extremists. Constable Kirk managed to flee to a nearby tree and called his other colleague.
Hello, hello. Hello?
Hey buddy, what's different we got?
He's shot Rachel, I believe. I think she's dead.
Hell, mate. Hang in there. What about the other two? You got eyes on Keely and Matt?
Matt's not moving, Rachel's not moving now. And Keely I haven't seen.
Where, and you're looking behind a tree?
Yes, but he's walking over. There's 2 of them.
Walking over towards you?
Yeah. What do you want me to do? He's coming over. Should I run?
Have you got trees behind you?
Yeah, maybe.
Hey, do they know where you are?
Yes, they do.
Hey, can you, obviously scramble from tree to tree to try and retreat out of there?
I'll try.
To try and do that?
I can try.
After spending some time hiding behind a tree, Kirk made the decision to flee the property.
Fuck's sake! They're coming, they're shooting.
The other two officers.
You good?
Kirk was shot 9 times during his escape, with 1 bullet hitting his hip. He reached his police vehicle, which had also been struck in the windshield and the door, before driving away.
Yeah, well, there's 2 of them. I think I've been shot. I don't know where. Fuck. They've got multiple shots on the window of the car, but I had to drive away a bit. I've lost the shoe. I've got blood on my face. I don't know where I've been shot.
The 3 shooters, Nathaniel, Gareth, and Stacy Train, were later identified as conspiracy theorists with a deep hatred for the police. Constables Matthew Arnold and Rachel McCrow were tragically killed in the incident, while Constable Keely Bro took cover in nearby grass and narrowly avoided detection. The siege lasted several hours and ended when a special emergency response team arrived and neutralized the 3 attackers. The next officer was nearly killed when he was ambushed by the cop killer, who was wielding a gun. On March 8, 2024, Hamilton Township police officers responded to a residence in response to a 911 call concerning a domestic dispute. Upon arrival, they were greeted by a woman who claimed that a resident inside was acting hostile and was armed. When the officers entered, they didn't anticipate what was waiting for them.
Where is he right now?
He's probably in the basement. If you want, I can lead you through. It's not like a bad situation.
I got you.
Yeah.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Throw the fucking gun! Throw the fucking gun! Throw the gun away! Throw the gun! Throw the fucking gun! Throw the gun! Throw the fucking gun!
Officer Fiabane and Correa were both shot. The officers and emergency medical personnel then rendered first aid to the suspect, Vincent Correa, who was pronounced deceased at the scene. A rifle and a handgun were recovered from Correa's body. Officer Fiabane was transported to a hospital with non-fatal injuries and has since been released. In the next case, this cop begged not to be shot.
Gun. I'm not doing anything. Look, I'm not doing. Don't shoot. Don't shoot.
I'm not. I'm finna shoot your ass.
Don't shoot.
I'm finna shoot your bitch ass.
On December 8th, 2021, Officer Andrew Ash responded to a disturbance call at an apartment complex. Upon arrival, he encountered 40-year-old Antoine Hill, but what happened next would haunt him forever.
Can I just see what you have? Okay, put it down on the ground.
Wait, y'all, wait. You're a rookie. You're a rookie. You're a rookie. You don't know. You're a rookie. Go.
Okay, stay right there. Do not move. Stay right there.
What?
Just stay over there.
Please, sir. Please. Please. Please don't do that.
73, I gotta get out with the gun. I'm not doing anything. Look, I'm not doing. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. I'm not.
I'm finna shoot your ass.
Don't
punk.
shoot.
I'm
Don't
finna
shoot.
shoot your bitch ass. Don't. Drop the gun.
I
Drop the
don't
gun.
have it. Look.
Look.
I don't have it. I don't have it. Shots fired. Shots fired. The guy has a gun over here. Isabella.
Hill then fled into an apartment and later surrendered to officers after an hours-long standoff. Hill was not injured. He was booked into the Oklahoma County Detention Center on multiple charges. After the incident, Officer Ash had been placed on routine administrative leave. In the next case, the officers were led to an ambush by a bloodthirsty man who fired over 24 rounds at just one of the several officers he had lured to the scene.
Shots fired, shots fired. More cars, send everyone.
On October 12, 2022, Connecticut police detained Nicholas Brutcher after a bar fight. A huge confrontation occurred, and a car chase ensued. However, they ultimately released him with a public disturbance ticket. However, Nicholas wasn't finished. Upon arriving home, he dialed 911, luring officers to his residence by falsely reporting an emergency. He then donned camouflage attire and prepared his weapons. When officers arrived and approached the side door of the residence, they were confronted with more than they could handle.
Right now.
Shots fired!
Concealing himself in some bushes in front of his parents' house, Nicholas opened fire on the three arriving officers, fatally shooting two of them while one managed to escape with gunshot wounds to the leg. However, Nicholas's rampage did not end there, as he continued to shoot at the two officers he had already gunned down.
Shots fired, shots fired. More cars, send everyone. Officer shot, officer shot.
The officer, fortunate not to have fallen alongside his colleagues, now had one duty: to take down the shooter. As Nicholas continued to shoot his presumably deceased colleagues at close range, bodies lay desecrated. The officer, moving to intervene, performed something truly remarkable.
Clear early time there, check him going. Crazy.
One down. Suspect down.
Nicholas's parents could only scream in horror as officers took down their son with a single shot from 40 yards away, hitting him at the base of the skull and killing him instantly. Nicholas had fired a total of 80 shots, with 24 hitting the first officer and 6 hitting the second officer, resulting in both of their deaths. The third officer, who shot Nicholas, survived his gunshot wound. The next cops were running from a killer who's trying to kill with his knife.
Put it down! Put it down!
On April 25, 2024, Naugatuck Police Department received a 911 call that there was a male with a knife acting erratically. Upon arrival, they observed 24-year-old Kyle O'Kreen near a picnic table holding a knife.
What's up, buddy? You want to sit down for me real quick? Huh? Can you put the knife down? No. Put the knife down.
Put the knife down.
Put the knife down! Now! Put it down, you're gonna get tased! Taser, taser, taser! Ineffective, get.
One taser.
Ineffective, get distance, get distance! Put the knife down!
The officers initially attempted to subdue O'Kreen with a taser, but the deployment was unsuccessful. O'Kreen continued to advance toward another officer, who then had to run for his life.
Get the gun! Put it down! Put it down! Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out! Put it down! Put the knife down! Dude, come on!
Officer Crystal Hudson and Officer Joseph Palaiti discharged their handguns, striking and wounding O'Kreen. Officers on scene immediately commenced providing medical aid to O'Kreen, who was ultimately taken to Waterbury Hospital for treatment. He remains at the hospital in stable condition. Next, meet the most dangerous 23-year-old yet, who managed to smuggle a gun into a police station. Around 1 a.m. on September 25th, 2020, Metropolitan Police officers on patrol spotted a suspicious-looking young man. The man, later identified as 23-year-old Louis DeZoisa, was carrying a duffel bag, wearing a black surgical mask and a coat. Given the repeated burglary incidents in the area, the officers quickly stopped and searched the suspect, and what they found on him was damning to say the least.
How many canisters?
Yeah.
Canisters.
Oh. And
Right, at the moment, I'm
Right.
placing you under arrest for possession of what I believe to be bullets.
Upon finding bullets in Lewis's possession, the officer quickly placed him under arrest and requested a police van with cell space to transport the suspect to the station. However, as they awaited the police van, the suspect repeatedly reached into his coat pocket, much to the officer's displeasure.
Don't put your hands in your pockets. Don't do that again. Do you understand? Do you understand? That's the third time you've done that, and I've told you not to. Next time, listen to me, next time you're going to be handcuffed to the back. All right? 3 times I've asked you. You speak perfectly good English. Stop doing it.
The van finally arrived, and the suspect was taken to the Croydon police station. Throughout the ride, despite his hands being cuffed behind his back, the suspect continued to try and maneuver something in his coat. The suspect's sudden movements and erratic behavior earlier began to make sense when he arrived at the station, and officers, led by 30 years police veteran Matt Ratana, decided to conduct a routine search on him.
You go to section 54 PICE. Stand up. Right, you could.
At that moment, Louis pulled out a nearly foot-long revolver he had been concealing in his armpits all along and fired 4 shots. One shot struck Officer Matt Ratana directly in the heart. Another ricocheted and hit Louis in the neck. However, as soon as Louis began shooting, other officers immediately tackled him. Both Officer Ratana and the suspect Louis were rushed to the hospital. However, the officer died hours later, while the suspect barely survived and fell into a coma for months. Louis also suffered a stroke and partial paralysis, but was still made to face trial. He was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. In the next case, the officer had only himself to blame, as he turned his back on a very dangerous suspect.
Hey.
On August 6th, 2021, a woman from La Habra dialed 911 to report that a car had been following and tailgating her from her workplace in Laguna Beach. The dispatcher guided her to drive to the front of the police station, where the suspect, later identified as 22-year-old Matthew Tuan Tran, parked directly behind her. When officers arrived at the scene, the suspect quickly moved on foot to the building adjacent to the station. As officers approached him there, he did something totally unbelievable.
Hi. Good. What's going on here? I'm just seeing somebody right now. Okay. Are you obsessed with these cars? No. Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, they'll get you in a sec. Okay. All right. This guy. Hey.
At that moment, the suspect pulled out a firearm and fired repeatedly at the officer, prompting the officer's partner to shoot back at the suspect, effectively neutralizing him.
No! Fuck!
Where are you hit?
On the chest, fuck!
Okay, you're okay. Take a deep breath. 1033, suspect is down. I've got an officer down. We need help.
The injured officer was clearly in pain, and while they called for backup and EMS, the suspect, who had already been neutralized, attempted to act funny once more.
Drop the gun or I will shoot you again! Drop the gun! Suspect, drop the gun! The gun's facing into the PD. Anybody standing inside this lobby? Hey, he's right here. He's got a gun in his hand.
You're good. Where you shot at? Where you shot at?
When paramedics arrived at the scene, the suspect had already died. The officer, critically injured, was rushed to the hospital but recovered and was discharged a week later. The next case was almost unbelievable. A 19-year-old literally killed a police officer in a police station filled with cops.
Got an officer down. He shot in our briefing room. We don't know where the suspect went.
On October 9th, 2017, Texas Tech University police officers responded to reports of a gun being fired at a college dorm room. Upon arrival at the specified room where the gunshot was reported, they forcibly entered as there was no response. Inside, they discovered a CO2 gun, along with controlled substances and drug paraphernalia. They also spoke to neighboring residents who confirmed hearing the gunshot. And while this was going on, the suspect, 19-year-old Hollis Daniels III, arrived back at his dorm.
Hang on, what's your name, bud?
Come here, buddy. What's up? What's your name? Andreas. No, it's not. Come on. Come on. No, what's going on? Come on.
We've already talked to your other 3 roommates. We know what they look like.
Yeah.
That was a good try, though. Hey. Here, stand up for me real quick. Do you have any weapons or anything on you? Interlace your fingers on top of your head.
What is this called about?
Keep your hands right there, okay? I'll explain it to you as soon as I get done. Spread your feet out a little for me.
His attempt to lie about his name failed miserably, and officers promptly proceeded to search the suspect, prompted by the report of the gunshot heard. Despite their search, officers did not find any weapon on the suspect, which is crucial to note, as it would later play a significant role in the case. With the search concluded, officers began questioning the suspect immediately.
Today we came by, we had an order of marijuana coming from this room. Had an order of marijuana coming from this room.
6:25 time.
Knocked on the door, someone locked it, so we left. Then we also got a report of the gunshot.
343, that subject that we flagged the ID for came by the room while we were processing it.
Okay.
6:35, speaking with you now.
Yeah. So what happened last night?
There was no gunshot. In here?
That's what we're told.
By who?
Somebody that heard it.
So yeah.
Oh, no, yeah, I wasn't even here last night. I was over at my buddy, 28th Street.
He further confessed to having a CO2 gun, although since CO2 guns are not classified as firearms in the US and are therefore not regulated, the officers still wanted to know why the suspect possessed the gun and what he used it for.
Well, what do you use the CO2 gun for?
Honestly, I haven't even loaded it since I got here. Back home, we used to just shoot squirrels and stuff. I thought it'd be kind of fun, but then I realized I got here, there's not many squirrels here, you know what I'm saying? So, and then plus it's probably not good having going on campus like that.
Well, it's just, you know, it kind of looks like... Whenever we first went in, that was one of the first things we saw, and it's kind of like, with the information we had at the time, it's kind of like, you know, it looks bad at first sight. I mean,
with the suspect's alibi for the gunshot heard checking out, the officers proceeded to arrest him for the controlled substances found in his apartment.
Go ahead and stand up.
Am I under arrest?
Sure.
The suspect was handcuffed and searched again, with officers once more finding nothing. He was then transported to the Texas Tech Police Department for paperwork before being transferred to the county jail by Officer Floyd East Jr., who, out of kindness, proceeded to uncuff the suspect at the station.
If you cooperate with me, we'll go ahead and pull these cuffs off in a little bit, okay?
The officer left the suspect alone for a while to get some paperwork. From the station's CCTV footage, the suspect could be seen maneuvering something in his pants while the officer was away. When the officer returned to his desk, the suspect did something totally despicable.
You have a family at home? You? How many kids? Are you old?
At that moment, the suspect pulled out a gun from inside his trousers and shot Officer East Jr. several times, prompting a lockdown of the entire police station. Medics were called for the wounded Officer East Jr., and during this chaos, the suspect managed to escape from the police station.
You have them uncuffed?
I guess so. I hadn't been in here since we got here. I heard the gunshot, but that was it. Yeah, he was searched.
Fully?
Apparently not.
A full manhunt was conducted throughout the city, and it wasn't surprising when the suspect was eventually caught at the Citibank Coliseum just 90 minutes later. Unfortunately, the officer died from the gunshot wound. It was a shame that the suspect went through 2 searches en route to the police department without the officers finding the gun on him. Hollis Daniels III later pleaded guilty to the murder of the officer and was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. If you enjoy videos like this, please like, subscribe, and watch this one.